doing next. And with mixed media, we're going to use these Sharpie, oil pastel, marker, and a pencil, an eraser. This is the finished product. We start out with a yellow piece of construction paper. And the first thing I do is I'm going to trace, as you see I have a line here, with this paper plate, a moon. The moon is the first thing I want to indicate on my paper, right in the center. And then the next thing I will draw the land coming in an angle right here. So that's basically your composition. Inside that, and I'm going to draw with a Sharpie, but you would draw with a pencil, I'm going to do the oak tree. And the first thing you want to do is get the basic shape of the oak, its stumps, or its trunk. So I will take my trunks and connect them all the way across using the letter Y. I have another one coming through here. So it's kind of like you're going to get your basic tree trunks, and then from there you will work on the smaller ones. So here I have my basic tree trunks. I'll color them in so you can see where they are. And obviously you're going to color solid. I don't have time to color everything perfectly solid, but you get the idea. Because I'm going very quickly. So that's the basic big trunks that I put in this drawing. And next I went on top and I did clumps, organic shapes like clouds for the treetops. And one over here, and then one coming down here, cascading over the ledge. And there we go. And one here. So there I have those, and you would color those in just by doing a curly Q type circular motion in your big Sharpie or your fine Sharpie. So let's pretend I covered all those top. Then I take my ultrafine Sharpie and I do the smaller limbs or the branches that come out. And they're just like a series of Y's connecting to the trees from the branches, the big branches. So you just do a network of small branches. Okay, so that is the drawing. Pretend all the tree clumps are colored in. You have your Sharpie, you have your small tree trunks in. So that's the black and white part that you will do. Then you will go to your green marker. So with the green marker, I'm going to color in over the Sharpie. And I would continue that throughout the top of the oak tree. And the black Sharpie makes it look darker. Down here, if you have all these clumps, see? You would just cover all this and then color over it with your green marker to give it this look, the nice dark green here. Next, I'm going to go to my brown oil pastel and mass in down here across this bottom area. I will mass in with brown. It's faster to use the side of your oil pastel. You can peel it like this and draw to the side using the side. Then I put the shadow in with black. You want to make sure you have that nice shadow of the tree that the moon's reflecting here. So I do this and then I blend it over it again with brown. And I can go in a different direction this time. I may want to put a little white in there to kind of get some white areas. I'll just throw some white in like this, blah, blah, blah. Then I go back with my brown again. So it's blending and coloring solid at the very end. So let's pretend I colored everything really solid. And this takes time. You want this project to last an hour. So make sure your students really focus on blending and massing in the color. You're going to color right over that shadow. And it blends right into the ground so that it looks more natural. And it will come out like this. See how I did the ground? I even threw in a green, but I don't have my green oil pastel here. You don't have to do that. So I used brown. Then I used black for the dark areas. And then I blended back over with brown and white to make that cliff or land. Next, I'm going to go inside the moon and with a yellow marker. And I'm going to color it in yellow in different areas. You can't see it, but it adds some depth to the moon. Then I'm going to take my yellow oil pastel. I'm going to color in some yellow. Just random throughout the moon. Try to make sure yours isn't dirty. And then I'll go over the yellow area with the oil pastel that I drew with white. Blending some areas white so that you have a variegated look or more of a natural look of the moon, because it's not just solid yellow. It has light and dark areas. We're not getting real dark today though. So let's pretend I did all that, and then I go back over with yellow to blend these. Okay, so next, so that's how my moon looks. And I even outlined, if you have time, inside the moon with a white to just kind of keep it away from the black. So what I did was I took this white oil pastel and went inside that moon where the white and black, just to keep that black from getting inside the moon. Next, you color the whole background with black. It's the best way to do this is to make it solid. It's going to take time. If you have time in your class, you want to make sure this is nice and solid. I got the wrong thing again. So with the black, here's how you color that in a timely manner. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to take the side and start massing in like this, using the side of my oil pastel. And I'm going to mass in the whole area in the back. And for the younger kids, I always tell them to color upside down so that they don't reach over and drag color inside. So I'm going to color upside down to make sure I get my moon, the outside of my moon, dark. So you can take a little section at a time like this and color solid. You're going to go through the oil pastel pretty fast. And you want to make this your last step because they're going to have black on their fingers, and then you don't want them working on the rest of this with these black fingers. You can clean your, everyone can clean their fingers with a baby wipe or Kleenex. Baby wipes work best. Make sure that you have your tables lined with newspaper because you don't want to have to clean all the tables. So after you're done, you have this beautiful masterpiece of moon-swept oak at night.